Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to give you a little tutorial which I been meaning to get around to do here. This concept is going to be kind of a reverse concept of what I had in the videos in that old place that I used to live, where I did stretches like this and a post that was like, the feet would go way up here. I'm going to have a rendered copy goat running in the corner to show you and compare this, but not to go on and on about it. I had it where I lived in this kind of ghetto kind of place. There was a nice area where you were able to create an outdoor, whether you're black or white, a kind of a mixed exercise gym, if you will, but unlike the posts like this in this nice place we got here, right, you couldn't get away with, I'm just showing you the old video in the corner to get your basic idea. So in my old video where it was a square post in the old videos, and I had like a big old cement things here, and then I'd be doing all this like stuff here and the foot way up. And I could still do it, but I'm not going to show you right away here. Where in that one, the posts were square, and I used to grab onto it. You could still do it over here like this, but I'm not going to show you that today. What I was doing in that video compared to what I'm showing you here, instead of pulling and grabbing for like your hamstring stretches and different kind of stretches, right? I could have did this over in the old place too, but it's an ideal place for it. Instead of what I was showing you there, I would, that cement thingy was like a little higher too, and then when I got up higher, I would grab and I'd be pulling, so it's good for anything in the back, you know what I mean, for muscle development. But here, what I'm going to show you today is, instead of the pull, there's like a push to it. I'm going to starting basically like this, you know what I mean? But then I'm showing you what also you can do. But I was doing this in steel-toed boots too. Start out like this. It can be almost imitating ballet. People be saying, "No, that's so gay." But if you're climbing or walking and in anywhere, there's a point where you might want to stop your foot or whatever. Stop yourself from falling, but then you get more flexible. You can do shit like this. But then what I did bare feet, even one of my old homes, before I got out of the parents' house, which I lived in the top porch, I used to do shit like this. You can take your feet, and this can be leading to that leg hold that some of them people be doing, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're going to start like this, instead of a pull, what the push does. So keep in mind, you can kind of jump your feet kind of like this way, and instead of pulling, I'm like pushing, whether you go both hands or one hand, then you're kind of, and you can move to sideways too, and you basically got this. But then watch what you can do here. Jump your foot a little bit like that, and try to go a little lower, but you can turn around and go sideways like this. Go a little lower, and you can feel that pull. But then when you're pushing with this hand, watch. You put the weight, you're going to be feeling it like kind of a different way. Let this arm hang. You're going to feel it pulling all here. Even if, don't worry about how it looks. It's not going to look perfect, but as long as you're feeling it, this is extremely good for you when you have to walk a long way somewhere, or you're working somewhere. Like say whether you walk to work or you have to be on your feet all the time, and shit like that. And it goes hand in hand with these arguments that when I got fired from a place, a glass factory where I had a lot of friends for doing shit like this, it betters you and able to do the job better and not get you all exhausted, which is a hell of a theory that I'd go into other videos about how people want you to be miserable with the job, whether you're some of your co-workers, the good ones or bad ones, you show anybody something that you don't have to work as hard and you're not sweating as much anything empowering, either whether it's the authority or bosses, some good, some bad, or your friends that are jealous of you give you dirty ass looks, or some supervisor that got a job about a supervisor job because of nepotism and beer belly, and a guy with a beer belly and an attitude giving you grief. But I'm not going into all that this time anyway. Bring the subject back. When you bring this arm back, you're feeling it in here in this leg. Don't worry about how it looks right away. Then when you gradually start to bring your hand lower, well, you can bring both your hands lower, but you got to be careful. Don't wipe out and fall on your face. There's like a, maybe be up if you, you may even want to go bring your hand all the way down here, touch the floor, which people do. See, as a worst case scenario, you can touch the floor. You got to watch them scrape your ankle or something on that, but when you get more flexibility, you don't got to worry. But when this hand gets a little lower down, well, you're strengthening the push instead of the pull too. Where in the other videos I'm going to show you in the corner, in my old place where I'm doing the pull, you can actually see muscles flexing in the forearms a little bit, even though I've got Popeye forearms. I mean, you're not just doing the flexibility, there's a part of muscle strengthening in there too. So when you bring this other hand, when you bring it here or here, look what happens. And then you can try to get a little lower. Just hold, even when you're pushing with this hand, then you can get a little lower, but you do got to watch yourself. Don't extend it where you're going to embarrassingly wipe out. And then this standing foot, you may have to watch. If you have a floor that's too smooth where you're bare feet, you may want to wear something on your feet that's anti-slip, or whether you do it shoes or bare feet, or you can sit like this. Well, in one other video that I recently did, it's not just for clowning, it's kind of for clowning. If you stand like this and you can feel in your ankle, say I'm playing like a game on my Kindle or iPad. You do this while you're watching TV, have your foot propped up on something, piece of furniture or whatever, and be watching TV and playing a game, because maybe you need some of the just standing like this for the ankle. Not like you're no professional dancer or martial artist, you're not Van Damme or anybody or Bruce Lee, but just the idea of maybe when you're not doing the job, you're at home, have that foot propped up instead of propped up while you're sitting in a recliner. Have it propped up like this, you're going to feel a hell of a sense of relief, but you're going to feel it in that standing ankle too, where some of us are underdeveloped as far as the balance in the ankles, as far as athletic ability. But just standing there like that's boring, so that's why you can do it while you're watching TV, play a game. Because otherwise, except if you're into that, well, standing there in a yoga thing and meditating, not everybody in the world does that. Not putting it down, but a lot of people have YouTube videos on that, but that's not for everybody or whatever. Hey, and then you want to play your little games or whatever. Hey, you might as well get something done too, you know what I'm saying?